Hey guys, I'm going to go over your assignment today, which is a reading diagnostic. Much like the writing diagnostic, we're going to see what you can do on your own. So you're going to use the Nearpod assignment, and it should take you to this screen. So let's get started. Okay, so you'll notice mine says preview, but yours won't say that. So if you see Mr. Bean, you know you're in the right Nearpod assignment. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read the directions on slide 2. So the directions are that you're going to be taking a reading diagnostic so that we can assess your reading skills. So you're going to read the text 3 times, and then you're going to answer some questions and do some activities each time you read the text. Because as we know, good readers reread the text for better understanding and a deeper meaning. So as I do this, I'm going to do some annotating, and I'm going to be doing some deeper thinking. So the first slide, it tells me that I'm going to read the text and annotate it using the tools provided. So I'm going to use these down here. If you notice, there is a highlight button. There is a scribble button. There's a text button where I can add text. And there is an image text. And then there's an eraser. Okay, so I'm going to actually be able to write all over it. So the first text, I'm just going to read it, and I'm going to annotate things that I see that are important. Okay, so I could highlight like this, or I could circle, whatever I do to annotate the text. Remember, everyone's annotations look differently since we're all different. They're like thumbprints. All right, so after I read the text and annotate, I'm going to go on to the next slide. Here, I'm going to answer an open-ended question. So it says, what is happening in the excerpt? So when I'm ready, I'm going to type my answer in here. I'm going to start out with in the excerpt, because I'm going to use complete sentences, and I'm going to finish that sentence and explain the summary of the text. Now, if I want to, I have the option of recording the audio as well, and I want to make sure either way that I use complete sentences. Okay, so if I don't remember what the question is, I can hover over here and it will show me what the question is. So if I forget what the question is, all I have to do is hover over this and it will show it to me. Then before I click next, I'm going to make sure that my answer is there, because it's going to submit it once I push the next button. Okay, and you notice it said got it. Okay, so my next open-ended question is, who is telling the story and why are they telling that story? It's important to know the narrator and why they're telling it and what their perspective is. So make sure again that you write in complete sentences or speak in complete sentences. And before I push the next button, I need to make sure that I have my answer complete. Okay, then my next read, the second read, it tells me as I read the text again, I'm going to circle descriptive words the author uses to describe the woman, and then I'm going to underline the sentences that show the actions of the woman. So remember, I'm going to look for descriptive words that describe the woman, and then I'm going to find and underline the actions of the woman, so what she actually does. Okay. And then the third time I read the text, I'm going to think about the relationship between the woman and the man. Like, what is so important about this relationship? And I'm going to underline any text that shows the relationship between the man and the woman. And if you notice, I'm just picking a random spot. I can underline just like that. And if I accidentally wrote on the text, I'm going to go back. I might want to change my color to a yellow so I can see through it. Oopsie, I did it again. So I'm going to need to redo it. And I'm going to underline it. It might take a little bit. I might have to go slower. Okay. And if that doesn't work for you, you can always go back and I can change it to highlighting instead. That way that it is a little bit easier for me to see. Okay. And then I'm going to complete the last question. I'm going to make an inference. So I'm going to use my text evidence and my background knowledge to create an inference to tell what can I infer about the relationship between the woman and the narrator. Okay, so I want to think outside of the box and think, how do I know that? What text evidence proves that? So I might have to go back to the text and reread it and then add to it. Okay. And then finally, as your exit ticket for today's lesson, you're going to think about how confident you felt during each read. So I'm going to think about in the first read, how confident was I? Did I get the answers right? And then whatever answer I believe, I'm going to circle it. So, like, yes, I was pretty confident, but let's be honest. Most people are kind of confident on the first one. And then as they read it, they get a deeper understanding and understand the text better. Hey, but be honest. How did you feel as you did this assignment? Okay, and then you will submit, and your teacher will get your final product for your grade. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask us.